Hello fellow simmers and welcome to another Train Simulator 2020 video, and probably the last Train Simulator 2020 video that we're actually going to do on this channel due to the fact that TS2021, the update, is soon to be released. Anyway, this is Samuel Beeman speaking of British Locomotive Studios, and today we've got another freeware review, and basically this is a discontinued product now. And this is the Class 53 Falcon locomotive, which was originally made for Train Simulator 2012. So this was made by a fella called Marleyman of Railworks Marleyman. That is the website that it was located on. And so basically this is a discontinued product now. And actually calling out to Marleyman, if you do happen to come across this video and review of your locomotive, give us a message or email via the trainsimsounds@gmail.com or via our Facebook page at BLS Train Sim Creations. And it'll be nice to have sort of a chat about it and have a look to see what the future holds for this Loco DLC. Freeware but payware. Yeah, it's a bit of a hybrid really, I suppose you could say. So this was 99p on his website, but obviously it's now been taken down, so you can no longer get this. But without further ado, let's get into the review and unpause our game. So today we're going to be using the Trundley Close Railway Centre for this preview, and also I'm going to show you a few updates on that particular route, just showing basically the progress of it and what is new. So we're going to be travelling as far as Ashton today, which is basically the TCRC version 1. You can find the TCRC version 1 route via our website at BLS. I shall link the website in the description of the video. And also I shall link a website link to Marleyman's website as well, because he does still have some reskins and routes and stuff on there, so it's worth checking out and having a look at. Anyhow, this is the Class 53 Falcon by Marleyman and Finchy. I believe it's Finchy who made this model. So let's have a look at it. So it is quite nice. It has vacuum hoses and a Buckeye coupling. It has a nice round buffers, but I mean, I must admit, it does have its inaccuracies. I mean, let's face it, it does have its inaccuracies, and I can tell you this by looking at the front here. It is too slanted at the front here. It should be basically flush with the bonnet here, so it should be flush and up, straight upwards instead of diagonal like this. So there is a slight dilemma in the means of the model itself. The bogie detailing is beautiful actually. I'm really loving the pipe work on there, and the basically the rivets. Yeah, it is fantastic detailing on the bogie frames. You've also got the ladders up to the cab and everything, as well as the footplate as well, which is really cool. You also have a nice plaque on the side there, the Brush Traction England 1961. So this locomotive was built at the Brush Falcon Works, believe it or not, in Loughborough. And basically it was an experimental loco, and there was only one of the class, and it's this one here, D1200. Basically it was pretty much the prototype of the Class 47 locomotives. It had a Western hydraulic engine basically. It was fitted with a Maybach engine, identical to the Western Class 52 locos. It was basically, I suppose you could say, a hybrid between a Western and Class 47. It has the nice Falcon logo on the side there, which is looking really cool. I don't think it's 3D, it isn't sadly, it's just sort of plastered on there, you know, sort of reskinned on there as it were. We do have the danger warning stickers, overhead live wires, which is on there and looking pretty nice. These grills are not 3D, they're just sort of textured and plastered on there, which is it's a bit of a shame, but there you go. We also have the footsteps up to the top of the roof there, which all looks pretty nice. Heading up to the roof, very basic detailing on the roof, but it's there. You've got the sort of, you know, where the horns sit in there. You've got the... It doesn't look like we have the fiberglass panelling as such. It's sort of there, but it sort of isn't. You don't have the sort of handrails on the top of the roof that the Falcon does. We've got the nice fans here, which are looking pretty good actually. They're spinning there quite nicely. It's nice texturing on the fans. Although I have noticed that the model doesn't actually have an exhaust, which is interesting. Usually there is 2 exhaust ports either side here, but they don't seem to have modelled the exhaust, which is a bit of a shame. Also, if you look through some areas of the model, you can actually see through it, as seen here. You can see the ballast of the track down there. And if we go right, looking directly underneath, you can see that it is actually hollow. And yeah, it doesn't actually have a base underneath here. But I mean, for 99p, you know, what do you expect really? It has custom sounds, as you can probably hear. It does have its own custom sounds. Just sort of inside here. Look, it's very hollow in here. There's nothing much detail-wise here. Fuel tanks are quite nicely detailed though. You have like the stickers and the grille textures on there. The grille textures are the sort of, I don't know what they are, they're handrails or something like that. But I mean, yeah, it does have working lights, as you can see. I mean, this head code does light up, but you can't see it in the daytime, so that is the only downfall to that. It has its own custom cab view as well. Now this is fantastic. The cab is done absolutely brilliantly. We even have the Falcon logo on the side here, which is very nicely done. It's 3D as well. Really like that touch on there. And we also have the brushed traction plaque on the side there, with below the AWS button. But yeah, the cab is modelled really, really nicely. Very well done to Marleyman and Finchy for this cab work here. Very nicely done. Even has all the like, you know, the notice boards and things as well. And little bits and pieces like this where it says switch off all lighting on leaving loco unless for safety reasons. Really nice touch. I mean, I have noticed though, and if there was something to criticise this, that basically this is the only sign in here which is basically eligible, whereas the others you can't really read, which is a bit of a shame. We have a handbrake wheel there, which is nicely modelled on there. It's a bit black and you can't really see it very well, but it's there. Have the engine room door there, which is quite cool. All of these work, so you've got the reverser there, which works, the throttle, power handle, wipers, locomotive brake and train brake. All of those are functional, and you also have the horn there as well. Cab views wise, I mean, you have that view obviously in the driver's seat, and then you have this view here, which is basically at the back wall, as it were. Only downside is if you turn right round, you'll see that you're actually through the back wall, and yeah, and then there's nothing there. And yeah, it's pretty weird actually, so you can't, you know, don't look too far back in that view if you're in that view. Window wipers work. I'm not sure if the rain hits the windows or not. I haven't actually tested that yet, funnily enough. So I don't know whether it has the rain effects or not. But yeah, without further ado, I think we've had an overall look at the model, and we shall continue our journey along the Trunley Close Railway Centre. So we must set our road, so we want to go through Fisherman's Halt, and then basically I'm not going to switch this point here because I like to see the signal go up, so I'm just going to switch that point there. Okay, so we've got a request to pass signal at danger approved. We're going to do a nice head out view here from the Armstrong Powerhouse Mark II coach pack. So it's quite nice from this angle, doesn't it? So we're going to go into forward, release our brakes, and then we are going to be away. So a bit toot on the horn. as you can hear, those custom sounds are going pretty well. So it is using what sounds like a high mech recording, class 35 recording of sort. And it's good that it has a custom sound set, and it is great that it has that. So the pros to this pack is definitely obviously the sounds, and obviously the implementation of a really well modelled custom cab for somebody who is doing on the freeware market. Did a really good job on modelling the cab. So we'll get to our 25 mile an hour limit soon, and that is where we can open up. Full handle. I remember buying this back in the day for 99p, and I was pretty impressed. Like, I know the model has its, flaws, and it isn't 100% accurate, but it's just nice to have the Falcon in game. It's something a little bit different. And the physics are really nice on it as well. It drives really nicely, to be honest. It's a bit of trial and error here. I don't actually know where the platform is from this side. I imagine it's around about here. We also have a nice compressor sound, which just goes on and off every so often. Well, we are a little bit out, but it's... Yeah, look, it's the Class 53 Falcon. It is, no one else is really going to model this, let's face it. It would be nice to see DTG or somebody actually model, the Falcon, but to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to happen because it's not very well known, in all honesty. But it's nice to see it here, and Marleyman has done a good job to capture it. And Finchy, obviously, because both of them work together on it. I can live with the cab being, slightly incorrect. It would be nice to have it corrected, but this is the only Falcon model we have in the game, and it's what we've got to deal with. And he's done a grand job of it. He's put the custom sounds, the custom cab on it. So you've got to give him credit. In the means of the outside view, I believe there's not much in the means of cab detail. We have the switches and stuff, which is good and all there, and the gauges, but from the outside you don't really see the cab detail. We have these handrails here. They're very, very thin, but they're there and looking nice. They're okay. And the texturing is a little bit hit and miss around the cab windows. It is very basic texturing, let's be honest, but what can you do? It's only 99p, and you're getting a nice loco out of it, really. We've got the right of way, we have. Let's view it from over here somewhere. I mean, look at it. It is nice. It's nice. It does have... I'm afraid, guys, it does only have a one-tone horn. There's no, like, low and high tone. There is just literally just the high tone. So it's not a playable two-tone horn, sadly. But, I mean, the one tone is bearable. And unfortunately the throttle does go the wrong way. Because basically where the throttle is positioned now, that should be open, like full handle. So he has got the throttle lever the wrong way round. Bit of a shame, but it's better than nothing, guys. Like, I mean, what can you expect? 99p. It's good value. So I've got myself messages on Facebook. I do need to check these and make sure that I am checking these regularly. So it's my friend Jack says that because he was going to go to the gym tonight, but it seems that he has cancelled because he's not feeling 100%. How fabulous. So I'll probably go alone tonight and pump some iron, you know. So here we are coming into Bovis Junction. Drives lovely, it really does. It actually drives lovely, this loco. You can open it up for a reasonable amount of time, and the braking on it is really nice. The way it works in general is really nice. So we have our guard's whistle, so that indicates we have the right of way. We just need to wait for our signal to go up, and we do this by pressing G and it should go up automatically. So there we are. And we are good to go. I must admit, though, the sound does sort of cut out a tad in the cab. I don't know whether because it doesn't do it on the outside, but for some reason it cuts out slightly in the cab. I don't know why this is. Nice horn. Yeah, we've got the 25 now. I love this area. Now, going through this cutting, this is probably one of my favourite creations of this route, is making this cutting. I really enjoyed making this cutting. I think I've done a really good job on it. It is something special, I think. It just looks really nice. And I've really gone to town with the scenery on this route by just, you know, implementing different bits and pieces in, like sort of blending the trees and bushes together, making like everything look different. So whenever you look along the route, you'll see that everywhere is different. There's none of the same plastered, textured, you know, trees and bushes, none of the same like repeated scenery, as it were. So here we are at Pennet Holt. Got some nice sort of, you know, details like this little ticket office here, which is using the Lavender Line assets, as well as like little station shelters and stuff, and this little Holt platform, which is from the Just Trains Common Library. I've also put detailing into the gardens of all of the houses and bits and pieces. And obviously we've got some lovely scenery in the backdrop as well, which is looking very nice. And yeah, it does look pretty spectacular, this route. There we are, that is our whistle for the right of way. And let's full pelt it. this is where there is obviously a lot of things. You need a reasonably high-spec computer to run this route due to the amount of assets that has been used. But, I mean, I do highly recommend it, like downloading this. You can find this on the British Locomotive Studios website, as I say. I'll link the route into the description. It's version 1, it's nowhere near complete. It's an ongoing project. And yeah, the details about that is actually on the Facebook page. You'll see a little bit of information about the route. And I believe it tells you information about the route on the website as well. I believe I missed a whistle sign back there, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, because there's a crossing coming up, you see. I need to make sure I'll be this side so I can see the whistle sign, you know. But mind you, the scenery is better this side. I mean, look at this. I mean, just look at the scenery, guys. Just, you know, looking at this, I am so impressed with my work on this route, scenery wise, on capturing such a nice overall look. There is so much to see on this route. Lots of different details, so many different bits of bushes and assets that you can enjoy seeing along the route. And it looks nice on a driver's eye view perspective as well. It coasts nicely, this loco, as well. This is going to lag a tad here because it's loading up Ashton Town. I do need to get an SSD drive for this game, really, because I'm using a HDD, you see, so it does take a while to load assets in on routes. And this is the problem, you see, this is why I had issues with the Just Trains Midland Main Line being so laggy, because the amount of assets used on that route with all the massive towns and cities and trees and bushes, it's a very graphically intensive route, and it's something that I will need to sort out and get myself a different drive in order to run it properly. appears to be directing me into the main platform. And that's the town of Ashton over there. So, here we are, Ashton. Obviously, you've probably seen some of this in the previous videos of the Trunley Close Railway Centre route. We have a nice... this was made by Steve Davis. He's part of our team. He's also the one actually skinning the sign I said about for the Traction Studios Mid-Norfolk Railway. So he reskinned this sign. So it's got a cameo of me on there where it says, "I did this and you can too," which is a really nice feature. And obviously he's got a scrapped loco on before and then a fully functional loco on after. And I think this is just a fantastic bit of kit, and it's so good to see, and I just had to add it to this with the route. So basically these assets do come with the route. You get this this sign that comes with it free, as well as some other bits and pieces that Steve has done as well. Mostly for the Star Valley Railway actually, which has been in progress for quite some time, but the progress on that has been halted, as it were. So this food store is obviously from the Spa Valley Railway route add-on on UKTS. This is the buildings for that. So Ashton Town, I mean, I've gone to town with detailing in this as well. I'm still yet to finish it. It's still obviously a work in progress, but I've done stuff like putting skips down and having little bits and pieces, got cameos in the yards and stuff. And yeah, it's nice. It's really well done. I've even gone to town actually in the town itself. So there's this pub here, right? And I've put people just hanging outside the pub, doing their thing, you know, with the seats and everything. And yeah, I just plan to just keep doing that and keep adding bits and pieces to it to make it more lifelike, as it were. I have also started on the mainline station at Ashton. So here is the mainline station over here. As you can see, it's got the British Rail sign. It's still a massive work in progress, obviously. We've got billboards here, and obviously the vending machines and benches, they're all there. So it is a work in progress, this station still. So that is the Ashton mainline station. Oh, we have an AP156 over there, look. And this track leads up to... oh, there's a bit of an issue there with floating track which needs to be rectified. So this heads up to the railway itself, and this is a part of a mainline link. If anyone knows where I can get a gate, it would be nice to have like a metal gate over here, opening and closing one, just so, you know, trains can go in and out of the main line, because basically they would have to stop here and obtain permission before proceeding onto the Heritage Line. Further up there is a station I've actually started working on, but obviously we're not going to see that in this video yet. But so this is like the mainline link to the railway. We have like the signal box there and everything as well. I've also started on little details like this stop look listening sign with the gate. And yeah, and I've also done some more scenery work down here. Started on doing some scenery down this section. And yeah, it's all looking pretty good. And you've got a really nice gradient out of Ashton Station, as you can see here, where you can really open the locos up the bank there, which is a good feature to have. But yeah, anyway guys, that concludes my video and review of the Marleyman Class 53 Falcon. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed, and I'll link all the appropriate links into the description of the video. For example, the Marleyman website link, as well as our website link and our Facebook link. So again, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and goodbye for now.